I saw this tweet yesterday and I started to reply to it, but I couldn't figure out how to say what I wanted to say in under 280 characters, so I just moved on. But it reminded me of another tweet. I wrote this in 2018 about how I wanted to talk more with the technology that I use. And since then, we've all gotten used to voice typing on our phone, but I've also been using it on my desktop a lot more lately too. And let me give you an example. I use a program called Obsidian to take notes pretty much every day while I'm working. And sometimes I will create a new note, start voice typing in Windows, and just rant for a bit and see what comes out. And afterwards, I might clean it up a little bit, try to figure out what points I was actually trying to make. Sometimes I'll just send the whole thing to ChatGPT and see what they have to say about it. But this approach doesn't always work. If I click away, it stops recording. So I've also been using a program called Limitless. Just the same kind of idea. You just start recording and it'll transcribe in real time. And what's interesting about this product is that there's also a hardware component. Now, I didn't pre-order it, but it's interesting to see where they're thinking with this kind of technology. But they do have a mobile application, and I do use that pretty frequently when I go for a walk at night, listen to a podcast, listen to music, listen to some YouTube videos. And while I'm walking, I'll just speak, and this will record it for me. When I get home, I get a transcription, I put it in my Obsidian notes, and I move on. But it's not just audio. I've also been live streaming, not publicly, just privately. But I can't tell you how many times I've been working on something and maybe got distracted or went down some rabbit hole and wanted to know, how did I get here? Well, this year I've been able to rewind and see exactly what I was doing, what I was working on, how I got off track, and how to get back on track. And what's interesting about Limitless is before they were Limitless, they were called Rewind, the desktop application for Macs that recorded what you were doing all day. But I've been thinking about this for over a year and slowly been trying to incorporate some of these technologies into my workflow. And part of that is this idea I came up with years ago. I wish I had taken more video. I've been on Twitter since 2007. Got over 26,000 posts. I have over 40,000 posts on a message board that I run. I've been on Reddit and Hacker News and Facebook. And I never really got into Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok, but the trend is clear. We're moving from text to audio and video. And another context in which I have been able to capture data about myself is journaling. I've been journaling since 2016. I have over 5,000 journal entries, and increasingly I'm switching from text to video there too. And another inspiration is Google Photos. I've been using Google Photos basically since it came out, and I'm fortunate to have all my photos and videos with me whenever I want. And I've got a couple Google displays around the house and a rotating wallpaper on my phone, and I just constantly get a reminder of my past. And it's nice to be able to rewind and go back and find out who you were, what you were thinking, what you were doing at all of these moments. 20 years. You know, how can you look at this kid and not be grateful for this technology? And I have all these years. And it's amazing. And I should take more video. And I'm going to start taking more video. The first YouTube video I ever uploaded was my bird, 2007, taken on a flip phone. Today, I can pull out this rectangle in my pocket and look at the craters of the moon. Just 15 years later. And I think about this kind of thing a lot, the trajectory of technology and the trajectory of humanity. And a couple months ago, I was working on a video, something that wouldn't fit into 280 characters. I didn't finish it because life happened, but I have a record of everything that has happened in those last 3 months. And I can go back and look at it whenever I want. I think that's pretty powerful. I think that's pretty new. When I was a kid, we might have had a couple black and white photos of grandparents on the wall, but I can have a full record of my entire life if I want to. So let's get back to Carl. Because as much as technology has advanced, our human nature really has not. And as great as technology has been in so many different ways, it has also enabled humanity's worst to come out. And that's what Carl was talking about on Twitter. And we've seen it in every social media platform that has existed, including the one that I run. And I've learned a lot from 20 years of being on a message board and seeing Twitter and how it emerged and changed, and seeing how TikTok, again, the transition from text to video. And I think if we embrace the video even harder, we may be able to overcome this toxic nature that we have within ourselves. So I've seen this video a couple times, and it's two dogs barking at each other, but you pull away the gate and they have to look at each other in the face and they chill out. I think we're not too different than they are. And so from now on, I'm going to start doing more video, not just because I want a paper trail or a video trail of my life for however much longer I have to live on this planet. But when I talk to people in person, I'm kinder, I'm more human. And I think that's what we've been missing. Everybody knows social media exacerbates social divisions. I think we can escape that. So from now on, I will continue to tweet, but I will also continue to try to engage people face to face. Out in the real world, but also online, because let's be real, we're all online. It's not going anywhere. So we should get better at it. And we should get better at being humans and being kind to each other. So that's my approach. That's my proposal. We'll see what happens.